Hey folks, it's Patriot Nurse, and in today's segment I'm going to discuss with you a pretty sober topic, and that is that the Holocaust can happen again. And I'm not going to mince words with you, I'm going to be direct, which is why you listen to me. I want to shatter some illusions here. The Holocaust was not so very long ago, right? And when people think about the atrocities that were committed during the Holocaust, not only against Jews, but against Christians and other people, especially government dissidents, we tend to want to distance ourselves from it. We tend to want to think that we have evolved past this, that we as human beings would never allow such a thing to happen again because it was in relatively recent memory. Okay. I think as preppers we tend to, and not even just preppers, right? People who are forward-thinking. I think that we tend to look at fantasy and look at dramas on television as sort of the scare factor to get us energized, to get us ready and in the mode to get prepared. But let me throw this at you, okay? I don't need fantasy. We don't need fantasy. We don't need drama to scare us. Human history is dark enough. Human history, honestly, to me, is more scary than any fantasy. Because human history is proof that we as human beings are capable of great beneficence, we're capable of great good, but we're also capable of extraordinary evil. So when people say the Holocaust can never happen again, such an atrocity, that can never happen again, people wouldn't let it happen again. Let me throw this at you. The only thing that's changed, really, since that time, the 1940s, is technology. Human nature is the same. That's one of the reasons why we don't need fantasy to scare us. History is a pretty good accounting, really, of human nature. It's not just of observable phenomenon, but of the phenomenon that is the very decidedly mixed human being. So, what do we do about this? Okay. There's a lot of stuff that's floating around online that propagates hatred and fear towards different groups of people and labeling of different people in such a way that causes folks to look at each other like cattle. And we don't need to do that. We don't need to participate in that. But we also need to recognize that the Holocaust was a multifaceted thing. It didn't just start with the Nazis, right? There were ground layers that were laid, specifically with the Jews. Anti-Semitism was something that had gone back very, very far in Europe. But also, anti-Semitism had become sort of the de facto policy of a lot of institutions in Europe, including the church. So it wasn't just that the Nazis showed up and, okay, we're going to kill a bunch of Jews and anybody else who doesn't agree with us. No, it starts layer by layer by layer. And also when you consider the money issues in the Weimar Republic, and then also in Germany immediately before World War II and the Holocaust, there's a lot of factors that lead governments to take action and people to assist their governments in taking heinous action. But I want to also put this forward to you. There were Jews that did not go to the gas chambers willingly. There were a lot of people that went to their own deaths, that were led like sheep before the slaughter, but there were those who resisted. And we need to learn from these people, because the people who resisted against governments, against very well-organized governments who were perpetrating these atrocities, we can learn from them, because these people are still alive. And what I want to do for you actually today is recommend a resource, a documentary that will change your life, and here it is. You need to get this. I have a link to it on the Patriot Nurse's website, on the Patriot Nurse's bookshelf. Go down to the bottom of the page, and I have a section there called Important Documentaries. You need to watch this. If you value freedom, if you value liberty, and if you value preparedness, you need to watch this. What it is, how long is this? It's 60 minutes, approximately 60 minutes. These people decided, okay, the government at the time, the institution that sought their death, they were going to die anyway if they went along with it. And so they decided, okay, we're going to go to, in some cases, the Black Forest partisans. We're going to go there, and we don't have any plans to be able to ultimately have victory over this huge government that has us outgunned and outmanned. We're going to resist. And I think resistance is going to be a big part of that. The next Holocaust, in whatever shape or form that it takes, there are going to be people who resist. And you need to decide right now if you're going to be one of them. I think we'd like to believe that someone watching me right now. If you're watching me right now, you could think, okay, Patriot Nurse is fear-mongering. She's fear-mongering because she wants people to watch videos or whatever. No, I'm not. I would love to be able to tell you that we as human beings have evolved and that we're never going to go back to a place where killing millions of people is going to be acceptable. But it could happen. And it's not really, it could happen, it's when it happens again. If there's anything that we've learned about history is that it repeats itself. But this is the thing, that statement that history repeats itself, those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it, that's really kind of a mask on the dirty underlying problem. What we're really saying when we recognize that human history is cyclical and that it repeats itself is that human beings don't learn. And if they do learn, those lessons are very rapidly lost within a few generations. Okay? Human beings don't learn. And if they do learn, those lessons are lost. So we need to learn from history, and we need to be prepared. We need to be prepared for bad stuff, okay? It's not just prepared for things medically. We need to prepare our minds for the resurgence of things that we thought humans had worked past. And I want to recommend this to you. Everybody who watches me, I really want you to watch this, okay? Even if you don't buy this video, go to your library, or you can probably get it on Amazon Prime or Netflix. You need to watch this. It will change your life, and it will change the way that you view your freedom. And I guarantee you, it will change the way that you view your right to keep and bear arms. When it comes right down to it, we don't keep and bear arms because a gun is a good luck charm, doesn't make us safe. But what it does is it gives us the ability to defend our own keep, not only from the criminal elements of our society, but on governments when they turn and when they go awry. So, I hope it was helpful for y'all today. Pretty intense, pretty deep subject, but there you have it for you. I'd rather be direct, and I'd rather speak the truth and sugarcoat things for you. So, on the heels of that, switching gears, I want to let you guys know about the upcoming Medical Prep 101 classes. I'm going to go to a whole bunch of places within the next year. White Plains, New York, Denver, Oklahoma City, Phoenix, Yakima, Washington, Las Vegas, Lakeland, Florida. And then in 2014, I'm going to New Orleans, in Panama City, Elko, Nevada, Indianapolis, Lexington, Kentucky, lots of different places. Go to the website, www.ThePatriotNurse.com, check it out. Got Medical Prep 101, Medical Prep 201 is the second day of the curriculum. You need to come and take the class. It's not enough just to know how to work your weapons, how to store your food. You need to know how to patch up the human being when the human being isn't doing so great. You need to know how to take care of your family, medically speaking, certainly in times of disaster. And actually, this is one of the reasons, again, why I like this video, because they have an interview with a partisan nurse. This is one of the women who resisted, who held out in the Black Forest, and she served as the nurse for the group of people. And it's just an awesome thing. So, hope it was helpful for you guys, and for now, it's Patriot Nurse signing off, and I'll see y'all later.